Hey guys, what's up? Bob here. Welcome back to some more p.i.c.a action. This is week 6, and this time I'm up against the Atlanta Braviaries. Now, this team was put together by TIE Fighter 23, but he ended up dropping out of p.i.c.a, so I'm up against his replacement, Momo Brima, aka MKB, aka, well, basically the guy who has the biggest YouTube channel out of everybody here. Now, he hasn't uploaded in well over a year, but he is still a veteran battler. I don't want to take him lightly, and look at his team. Well, actually, I'm going to read it out to you. He's got, as his franchise pick, and this was, like I said, this was all made by TIE Fighter 23, so let's go ahead and look. TIE picked Mew as his franchise pick, Mega Sableye as his Mega, Hippowdon, Cresselia, Vaporeon, Chestnut, Noivern, Stoutland, Heatran, Eelektross, and Weezing. When you look at that team, what do you think? Walls. Oh my gosh, how do you break this? He's got a Mega Sableye, who is very bulky, Hippowdon, Cresselia, Vaporeon, Chestnut, Heatran, and Weezing. All of those things can be potentially be very, very difficult to break. He's got Eelektross, who's a very sort of like a mix between a bulky attacker and just kind of like a really good general utility Pokemon. He's got Mew, which can theoretically perform any role you assign it to. He's got Noivern for attacking. He's already got the Hippowdon, so he's got Stoutland to take advantage of that sand. This is not going to be an easy battle. Now, things that I knew for sure he was going to bring, definitely Cress, definitely Vaporeon, and possibly Chestnut. Now, when you look at his team, he's got that Weezing, he's got the Chestnut, and he's got Levitate on the Cresselia, as well as Hippowdon. They all wall my Crocodile, so I'm pretty sure bringing him's not going to be a safe option. Now, Vaporeon has Water Absorb. This thing is going to be impossible to kill for a lot of my water types, so I'm going to have to find another way of getting around that. Luckily, I do have Mega Venusaur, who walls it pretty well, and can't get Toxic, so that's nice. He's got Heatran, which can potentially wall my Venusaur, but if I bring Rain, and I've got 3 water types that I could potentially bring, Heatran doesn't exactly deal with them too well, so I'm pretty sure Heatran's not exactly going to be the safest option. Now, if I hadn't traded for a Thundurus Therian, that Eelektross would absolutely ruin me, but on the plus side, I did. So I've got that now, and I'm definitely going to be packing that. You'll see it later. Now, Mew's a really good option generally, but on the other hand, even though he has that Chestnut, he doesn't want me throwing knockoffs from like potentially like a Choice Banded Crocodile. Even though I didn't end up bringing Crook, it was still enough to scare him to not bring that Mew, so that's really good. Let's go ahead and just check out what he ended up bringing, and I'll talk about what I was maybe thinking he would bring, maybe happy he didn't bring. Let's say that. So he's got Weezing, Noivern, Chestnut, Cresselia, Vaporeon, and Eelektross. Now, that is a very, very bulky team. Pretty much everything except for the Noivern has potentially has some bulk. And, that Eelektross, it's pretty dangerous, actually. It's got good mixed attacking stats, and it doesn't have any weaknesses, so that's going to be really good for him. He's got, triple Levitators, so there's not going to be a ton of options for Crook, so I'm pretty glad I didn't bring him. Let's go ahead and look at my team on the opposite side. We've got some really, really good stuff. I brought Politoed and Kingdra. Now, that's going to be my little Rain Core. Those guys work together very, very well, obviously. Kingdra with Swift Swim. Now, Kingdra is actually going to be Specs. And I wanted to go with Specs rather than Life Orb, just because after I throw a Draco Meteor, there's no real reason to stick around unless I'm going to outspeed something and potentially KO something that's really weak. So I just want to be able to throw that Specs Draco Meteor his way in the rain and just outspeed everything and hit hard. Next up, we've got Jirachi. Now, Jirachi is going to be, as always, well, actually not always, but what I usually use it for is a utility lead. I'm running specially defensive, Mostly specially defensive with some speed. I wanted to be able to outspeed that Weezing and be able to throw the U-turn at it and just get out of dodge. Now, I could potentially put Zen Headbutt on it, but I ended up not doing that just because he does have the Cresselia, which will take nothing from that. And even if I Zen Headbutt his Weezing, if it doesn't flinch, it throws a Wisp or a Flamethrower my way. I'm not going to like that. So, we've also got our Mega Venusaur. He's been there for me pretty much every game. I really like Mega Venusaur. Now, something I did actually prepare for never ended up happening, but I actually had to run Sludge as opposed to Sludge Bomb. Venusaur does not get Sludge Wave, and I needed something to hit that Chestnut. Otherwise, he could wall me, I could wall him, but he would be able to get up spikes. So, yeah, I did end up going with Sludge, just so that if he happened to bring Sub, I could potentially break it. So, it didn't end up mattering, but just throwing that set that way, so you can know exactly what I had. I also had Synthesis. I figured even though I have Rain, potentially getting a Synthesis up, even in Rain actually, it still heals like 30%, and I have Leech Seed on it. So I figured if I ran out of Rain, then I could just Synthesis for full, and like for the full 50%. And if it was in Rain, between Synthesis and Leech Seed, I should still be able to sponge up hits. I'm pretty sure I'm specially defensive this time. Specially defensive Venusaur. It's a really good set. Now, Politoed is Damp Rock with physical defense, all physical defense and HP. And I think the last 4 are special defense. And he's just got Scald, Toxic, Rest, and Sleep Talk. I wanted to keep him around as long as possible because I knew that Kingdra was going to definitely be a huge asset to me. Next up, we're going to talk about Flygon. Flygon is just lefties with Draco Meteor, U-Turn, Flamethrower, and Defog. I wanted to have a nice Defogger. He doesn't really have anything to hit it super amazingly. Vaporeon can still do stuff, but Venusaur's pretty much always a good switch-in. And, just having that good defog to get rid of his spikes, that's always nice. I never actually ended up using it, but it would have been nice if I had to. Now, he does have, Weezing, but he's probably not going to be able to set up T-spikes just because, A, I think only 2 of my guys get hit with it, and B, Venusaur absorbs them, so that's good. Now, his biggest threats obviously going to be walling me to death with Vaporeon and Cresselia, and that Noivern. Noivern's going to be a problem, so I wanted to have Rocks. Jirachi's there for it. Very good option there. And we're going to get to my MVP of this game. I'm going to tell you this right now. My newest acquisition, Thunderous Therian, is absolutely amazing. That huge 145 base special attack, 101 base speed. This thing is an absolute monster. And we are running Double Dance on it. You'll see that come into play later. This thing has Nasty Plot and Agility. Now, after an Agility, I outspeed everything, pretty much no matter what, unless he's running like Scarf Noivern. And after a Nasty Plot, I can 2-hit everything on his team. So if I wear it down a little bit, I can pretty much kill him. That was kind of my plan. He's got a lot of walls, and ordinarily walls mean like, oh man, I'm going to have to deal with this. For him, it means, oh boy, a wall I get to set up. He's got a couple of really, really good resistances. He's basically just flying type, but immune to electric. So that's super cool. And he's got some really, really nasty... Well, he's got that really nasty Stab Thunderbolt. I am running Thunderbolt as opposed to Thunder. The reason for that is because Thunder would basically completely rely on me having Rain up. And with this Double Dance set, I don't necessarily want to limit myself that way. So, yeah, you're going to see basically what my sets are. Now, looking at his team, stuff he didn't bring. Mew and Sableye. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad he didn't bring them. If he had brought Mew and Sableye, I would have cried. Although I can still deal with them, I think. They would have been difficult because of just the... Sableye is one of those Pokemon that even if you are prepared for it, if it happens to be able to set up on you and maybe throw a Wisp at whatever physical attacker you have, you're really not going to kill it. If it can get up a couple of Calm Minds, it's really dangerous. And then Mew can run anything pretty much, so that's always going to be threatening. So I'm very glad he didn't bring them. Anyways, guys, that's the teams, that's what we're up against, and that's what I brought, and we are going to hop into the battle right now. So, my opponent's going to go ahead and lead with his Cresselia. I'm going to lead with Jirachi. First turn, I'm going to go ahead and Toxic. I figured if he Magic Coated, Toxic wouldn't, Toxic me. But I wanted to just kind of test the waters. He goes Shadow Ball first turn, showing me he's got a couple of attacks, which is interesting, because usually these things are entirely defensive. But that's going to show me that I'm A-okay to set up some rocks, and he does not have a Defogger, so that's really good. So now, he's got this Weezing in here. I'm going to go ahead and switch. My general status absorber is going to be Politoed. As he throws a Wisp my way, that's fine. So, this thing's basically just here to set up the rain. So I'm going to try to keep it around as I go into Venusaur. Venusaur's a pretty good option because I figured he would double switch into Vaporeon. And even if he didn't, Flamethrower's not going to do anything. Wisp is something I can survive. It's not a huge problem. So now he's going to go ahead and double into Cresselia, or not double, but, switch again. Go into Cresselia as I go ahead and throw up a Leech Seed. Now, this is actually going to do a ton of chip damage to this Cresselia, and that's going to give me the opportunity to go ahead and go right back into Jirachi. He has to Psyshock, and it does nothing because I Quad Resist it. And I'm going to go ahead and steal all its health with those Leech Seeds, and between everything, he's not going to be doing so hot. So now I can throw a U-turn on a really obvious switch, and go ahead and go into Kingdra. And Kingdra, even though he still has this Vaporeon around, Kingdra's Draco Meteor is really going to hurt something. So he goes ahead and switches into his Vaporeon, and Draco Meteor absolutely blasts it. It does like 50% to especially defensive Vaporeon. That's a lot. So one more of those and it dies. So now I can go ahead and switch right into Venusaur and pretty much tank whatever he throws at me. He puts up a Protect, which means he's probably going to have Wish, but on the plus side, I can Leech Seed it and just kind of take its HP. Unfortunately, I think I missed my seeds, but that's okay. So he goes ahead and wishes, and now he's going to Protect as I'm going to sit here and basically throw Leech Seeds at him no matter what he does, because I really want to whittle this thing down. I don't know its full set, but I'm assuming he's got maybe Heal Bell or something. Or possibly Toxic, one or the other. But anyways, he's going to go into Noivern as I Leech Seed, which I'm entirely okay with because I do have Jirachi as a switch-in, and after there's Leech Seeds, I'm going to be gaining back a lot of health between that and Leftovers, so that's really cool. So, now I'm going to go ahead and I think I U-turn here, predicting the switch, as he Vaporeons. Yeah, Vaporeon's always a really good option. And I get the U-turn off, and that's going to allow me to go back into Venusaur, because Venusaur's really a good option against this Vaporeon. So now I'm going to go ahead and Giga Drain. I wanted to see how much it would do. Like I said before, I am specially defensive, so it doesn't do a ton. But, it's not the worst option ever. Anyways, he's going to go ahead and Protect as he gets his Wish granted. But now I'm just going to be able to go ahead and Leech Seed again. And I'm entirely okay with him just chilling, doing his thing. Now he goes ahead and throws up a Wish here, and that's going to kind of be annoying. He's going to go back into his Crest as I go ahead and Giga Drain this. I was hoping that I would be able to knock it out, or at least get it down into the... I wasn't sure whether Toxic or Wish went first. I was kind of hoping Toxic would go first, but anyways, I'm going to go ahead and throw some seeds at this thing as he Shadow Balls, predicting the switch into Jirachi. So that's really good. That means he's going to have to attack with Psyshock next turn, which I'm going to take that opportunity to go ahead and go into Jirachi, and this is going to get me back to pretty much full health, I think, between Leftovers and Leech Seed. Yeah, I'm really doing pretty hot right now, and now he has to switch, he can't switch. His Crest dies to Rocks, so I get to KO the Crest, which is amazing. Now he's going to go back into Vaporeon. I'm just going to go ahead and Toxic this thing. Now my train of thought here was that even if he has Heal Bell, he's got to waste a turn using it, which is going to be a really good opportunity for me to set up with Thundurus. Like I said before, I am Double Dance. Now here I go U-turn. He survives at 1 or 2% HP, and that's going to give him a lot of health back. So I'm going to take this opportunity to go into Politoed, get my Rain up. Now, even if he KOs something, I can go into Kingdra and outspeed and throw Draco. But he's just going to go ahead and go into Electros. Now, I wasn't really predicting that. I go into Jirachi. Now, Jirachi's not super weak against this thing, but at the same time, I don't really have anything to hit it amazingly. So I'm just going to go U-turn. I do score a crit. I don't think it mattered. Anyways, he's going to go Knock Off with his Electros and knock off my lefties, which is a shame. I'm going to go ahead and throw Draco his way. I don't really need Flygon for anything. Hazards aren't going to do a lot to me at this point, as he goes ahead and Dragon Pulses, which is really interesting. He actually was packing a couple of different Dragon moves on this team. But anyways, that's going to give me the opportunity to go into Thundurus, which he really can't damage, and set up an Agility, so I outspeed his, Noivern. And now I'm going to get a nasty plot up as he Leech Seeds. Leech Seed it's annoying, but it's not going to help him, really, at this point. He Dragon Claws. He was running like I said, he was running a couple of different dragon moves, just as his tech for, because I do have 2 dragon types, and I've only got the 1 steel type anymore, so it hits a lot neutrally. But anyways, I'm going to 2-hit that, Chestnut with HP Ice, and at this point, it's sweeping time. Thunderous really doesn't care about what you've got now. Everything left on his team is going to die to something. He can protect a couple of times with Vaporeon, but it's really not going to help him all that much. He is toxic, so he is going to lose health. And he doesn't have the opportunity to Heal Bell if he even has it. Seeds are going to do a little bit, but at the same time, I do have leftovers, so that's going to mitigate it, and there's no way he's going to survive a Thunderbolt. Even at full health. At +2, it's over. So, now he's going to go ahead and just let the rest of his guys die as Thundurus Therian sweeps. Now, that's amazing. He was my newest guy, and I'm so glad I picked him up. He's just an amazing Pokemon all around. That 145 base special attack and Stab Thunderbolt. Oh my gosh, it's great. Plus that immunity to electric types, or, electric attacks. Really, really beneficial for my team. It was something I was sorely lacking. And now I've got it, so I'm very, very happy. So anyway, we won that one 5-0. It was a pretty cool game. A lot of wall war early on, just between Jirachi and Vaporeon and Cress and like Politoed and stuff. Which it's always super scary because if you make one misplay, you can potentially lose. But we ended up scoring the win. He really didn't have anything for my Toxic that I was just kind of throwing around, and we ended up just getting that win. So I'm really, really happy. So that ups our record to 3-3. My next opponents are Cedric and the DMR Shadow Absols. These guys are a threat. So we're going to go ahead and look at the team. He's got Latios as his franchise pick. Latios is an amazing all-around Pokemon, one of the most overused Pokemon that Stab, Dragon, and Psychic can potentially rip through a team, especially with Draco Meteors coming at you. He's got amazing speed, amazing special defense, amazing special attack. Basically, he's just amazing all around, and an amazing ability in Levitate. It's a really, really good ability. Makes him immune to ground moves. So maybe Crocodile. Anyways, next up, Mega Altaria, one of the better Megas. It's just got a lot of potential sweeping threat. Everything. Basically, it's a problem. So, between its ability Pixelate, its Stab, Fairy, and Dragon typing, which hurt a lot of stuff, access to Dragon Dance, access to all sorts of fire moves, this thing's going to be a problem. Luckily, he is weak to Steel, so potentially Jirachi, maybe, you never know. Bisharp. Now, Bisharp, Steel/Dark typing, going to be pretty much immune to hits from a lot of different types, and it's just a really good Pokemon all around in this format. I think it's like tier 1, and from what I understand, according to the rest of the guys, it's the best Pokemon in the format. Just draft-wise, you can run it in a lot of different ways. Luckily, I do have Scald to potentially throw at him, and that could cause a burn, which would be really nice. Bisharp is a physical attacker all the time, so, keep an eye out for that. Next up, Staraptor. Oh man, my old buddy Staraptor, Stab Normal and Flying, actually have pretty good neutral coverage, believe it or not. And then throw in access to Close Combat and very, very powerful stab moves all around with access to Double Edge and Brave Bird, boosted by Reckless. Very, very dangerous. Next up, Nidoqueen. Now this is actually a really good Pokemon, I think, just all around. It is weak to Psychic and Ground, which I have access to, but at the same time, it's a Ground type, so it's got an immunity to Electric. It's got Poison typing, meaning it's resistant to Fighting. Luckily, I don't carry a ton of Fighting types, but it is still very dangerous. And just generally, it's a very good bulky attacker, probably one of the better bulky attackers in the game. Sheer Force, and you can throw a life orb on it. You can potentially throw leftovers on it if you want to be bulkier. It's just really good all around. A Zelf, very good lead. You can potentially get up rocks and explode or U-turn or Psyshock or whatever. This is actually the thing I was worried about. Ditto. Ditto is a really cool Pokemon, but at the same time, I don't want to run into it. Basically, what you run with it is usually, anyway, Scarf, and if you try to set up on it, it automatically transforms into your Pokemon, meaning that it has all the same boosts as the opponent. So, yeah, basically, no more thunderous, double dancing shenanigans. Otherwise, I'll probably just end up dying to an HP Ice. He's got Quagsire, which has a couple of really good abilities that could potentially cause me problems. Number 1, Water Absorb. Number 2, Unaware, I think. No matter which one of those he runs, it's going to be annoying. Unaware makes it so that he ignores opponent's stat boosts, but not his own. So if you start setting up curses, you're not going to be able to hit him even if you're at +6, and he's going to be able to hit you pretty hard. So that's kind of a problem. He's also got Thundurus Incarnate. Now, the other Thundurus is, it's got Prankster, it's got, Thunderwave, it's got good attacks, good attacking stats, not as good as my Thundurus is, but at the same time, it's very dangerous all around, so I'm not going to want to sleep on that. He's also got a Jellicent, which is a really good Water Absorb, Water Ghost type, very bulky all around, and Excelgor. Now, Excelgor is actually kind of interesting. He's very fast, and he's got Stab Bug, and it also has access to spikes, so that could be a problem. So all around, his team is actually very dangerous. I think he only has 1 win, but he's actually drafted probably I'd say Josh has the best team after draft, but this guy's a close second. Actually, he might beat Josh out. I don't know. Basically, they're both really dangerous, and I don't want to I don't want to lose to this guy. I did just even out my record at 3-3, so hopefully we can, find a way to beat him. I will be team building for a while, and yeah, hopefully we can make a strategery. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Been super fun for me. I'm very happy to get back to 3-3, and hopefully we can take over the division. I think the Denver Dashers are also 3-3, and since they beat me, I think they're currently leading the division. But at the same time, I could potentially take it over if they lose 1 and I win 1. So, we're gonna hope that happens, and yeah, I'll see you later, guys. Bye!